Hello, Savage Gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing well. Finally doing one of these during the day so you can kind of see what we have going on. That is the view from the balcony and where the winner of the next Savage in 6 is going to be spending some time. We actually have winners coming up from previous challenge later on in April, so it'll be really cool to see them and spend some time with them and get to show them a little bit about Costa Rica. Unfortunately, as I kind of mentioned to you guys, it's oftentimes we're pretty busy here, so we don't get out as much as we'd like to. But I mean, you can't be angry about you can't be angry about being busy when all you were trying to do was eat, or so the expression goes, right? So I'm just grateful that we have awesome people like you who are interested in what we do and support us to be able to make this a reality. And hopefully over time, we're going to be able to expand it and put up some better infrastructure so it's a little bit better supported and we can grow and we can continue to provide the same service. It's kind of, I'm going to get into something in a few minutes here, but just wanted to mention to you guys too. We did set up kind of another avenue of doing the Savage in 6 because I want to make sure that anybody who's signing up for the Savage in 6 and who wants the constant feedback and then kind of wants the exclusivity of the responses and the attention that we're able to give you to still be able to get that. And what we were noticing was we were getting a bunch more people signing up every single time, and it's building, building, building. But I don't ever want it to come to a point where people turn around and say, "Well, that was crap. I wasn't able to get good service," right? And of course, ourselves being business people, we want to be able to expand our business. So what we kind of did, because I noticed that a lot of guys will do the program and they'll get excited about it, and we've got guys who are doing this right now. They're kicking around in the background and they're doing the program, but they're not doing the check-ins, right? So that's not the end of the world. It's all good. We appreciate people signing up, period. But at the same time, it's just an avenue to be able to do the program. You take your meal plan, and then you're able to participate and do your own thing, but it just doesn't come with the check-in. So it's called Savage in 6 Lite. It's $100 less actually than the regular Savage in 6, but you still get all the programming, you still get the tracking tools, you still got the app. So that way we're able to continue to grow the business and we're able to continue to give good service to you guys and make sure that you guys are taken care of, and anybody who signs up for the full challenge is going to get a good experience, because ultimately that's what's going to benefit us, it's what's going to benefit you guys, and it's going to allow us to grow. Anyway, once again, I digress about businessy stuff. I'm going to have a little bit of a chat with you guys today. I want to talk about a couple of things that Senya and I do in our routine that are kind of outside of the world of fitness that really help us. But first of all, I just wanted to bring up this point. So I got an early check-in today from one of the guys. You know who you are. You know I love you, and everything that that you do. But the check-in, and I'm going to help you with that. We're going to make some adjustments, and we're going to help a little bit. But he basically told me, he said, "Matt, I've hit a plateau." And then he was really honest with me, and that's what I always ask for you guys to be, and you guys always are honest. Like sometimes I can't help but laugh when I get check-ins from guys and they're like, "Oh no, that guy really screwed up," and just reading some of the responses, it's it's beautiful because like nothing's always going to be perfect, and sometimes you're going to accelerate, sometimes you're not. You just do the best you can in everyday life, and just the honesty sometimes is like, I just, it's beautiful and it's refreshing, and it allows me to make an accurate assessment on what's going on. So that's cool, and it's not putting it on me or the program. It's just like, I fucked up, and it's like, okay, I get it, man, I get it, right? As much as we want life to be rainbows and lollipops, it's not always ideal. So I do appreciate the honesty when you guys tell me like, no, I kind of screwed up. It just makes it a little bit easier to assess what's really going on, right? Anyway, once again, I digress. Getting back to the gentleman who emailed me, he said, "Matt, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's because I'm under eating, and I'm eating about 1,600, 1,500 calories a day, right? And I'm going to be dealing with that a little bit later on, so hold tight on that, my man. I will get back to you. But I want to just talk about something. I've kind of mentioned it previously in other videos, right? If you're trying to lose weight, and some of you guys are trying to lose weight, some of you guys are trying to put on weight, and we've kind of adjusted everybody's meal plan for that. But one of the worst things that you can do when you're trying to lose weight is eat less. And this is like, it's one of the biggest conceptions that I have with clients, right? It's one of the biggest misconceptions that I have with clients is that, well, if I just skip meals or if I just pull out calories, I am going to get quicker results, right? And the truth of the matter is that it's not necessarily true. And the client who sent me the check-in recognized this, right? And it's cool because I can work with this and we can fix it and whatever else, right? But in order to lose weight, you want to be on a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit is a combination of the exercise that you're doing, as well as the amount of food that you're eating. But the problem with weight loss and what causes a lot of yo-yo dieting is when people overly restrict their calories. Do you guys remember the way we've kind of talked about cortisol before and how cortisol hormone, the stress hormone, affects your body, right? Cortisol, when it spikes, it can mess up your sleeping patterns. It can mess up your neurochemistry. It can do a lot of damage to your body. It increases inflammation, your body's natural response to that. One thing it also does is hold on to body fat and cannibalizes muscle. So the whole point of this challenge and having somebody to be able to guide you and kind of adjust their meal plans if necessary as we go is to be able to catch things like this, right? When your cortisol spikes, and you're not going to get the same results because your body's just in panic mode, and it's it's holding on to fat, and it's cannibalizing muscle, and it's doing everything that it's undoing everything that the process is designed to do. And one of the main things that will spike your cortisol is a massive calorie deficit, right? I find like a lot of times when I'm training clients, they're like, I can't eat this much. That's kind of like, people are surprised often by how much they're actually eating, right? And you got to be really, really careful when I'm adjusting clients' meal plans, because I know if I pull them into too much of a deficit, that their body is going to go the opposite way of where I want it to go and where we want it to go and what our plan is. So make sure that you're getting in your meals, because if you don't get in your meals, your body's going to get stressed out. Cortisol goes in, fills the system, and now it's just freaking out, and it's eating muscle and holding on to fat, and it just throws everything off, right? And the truth is another person, and I won't say your name just out of respect, and I won't say anybody's name out of respect whenever I get emails, because everything we talk about is confidential, right? But there was another guy who was going through a really hard time with some family stuff, and just basically said to me, like, man, I am killing my workouts. I am sticking to this meal plan, and I believe him. I know he was. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk a little bit, And he kind of mentioned that he had some heavy stuff going on in life, and he was stressed out. And I was like, bingo, there we go, right? Stress absolutely destroys your workouts, destroys your sleep, destroys your body's immunity and your body's ability to fight. And all that you can really do to reduce that stress is to make sure that you're not eating in too much of a calorie deficit, and breathe. You know what I mean? And just try to deal with life as it comes. Nothing's ever ideal, and that's kind of the way that it's going to go. Nothing's ideal. Nothing's always going to be perfect. You just do what you can on a given day with the tools that you have. Been working on your guys' new workouts for next week. I'm just trying to. It's gonna take a little bit to get everybody's up and going. I'm gonna warn you guys. The next workouts, they're tough. They're not easy. I'm not even looking forward to doing them. A lot more supersets, a lot more giant sets, and a lot more pushing yourself. And the reason for that is not to kill you guys, right? It's just to make sure that as we go, we're stepping up the program intensity. And I want to give you guys as much of a diverse experience as possible, because I want you guys to see different workouts, and I want you to see different things that you can incorporate into your workout, because it's going to make you better yourself in the long run. The more you're exposed to, the more you have in your memory bank, the better you're going to be, and the quicker you're going to be able to accelerate your fitness journey by making associations. So the last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, sweetie, could you pass me my IMs? Yeah, I've done this, and I talked about this in the last challenge. So this is just like kind of it should be in the book, and hold that thought. You got it? Okay, she's got it. So the little boy book. Yeah, exactly.
This is Matt,
This is
and
my
that's me.
These are my I ams. And I'm just sharing this with you guys because it's something that's changed my life, right? And I always talk about anti-hero fitness is more than just, it's more than just getting jacked and getting huge and tearing people's heads off. It's you know what I mean? It's about mind, body, and soul. Like, when I think back to even who I was 4 or 5 years ago, emotionally, mentally, and how far I've come, and a lot of that's attributed to fitness, and I still have so far to go. Man, don't look at me and say, yeah, that Matt guy, he's got his shit together, because I'm just like everybody else. I'm better at making my life a lot more interesting on social media than it really is, and we all have our struggles, right? I've kind of talked about a few of them and some of the stuff that I'm doing, but the key is just to try to improve, not just in your health, but in your overall life. So this is my notebook. It's got a little kid. He's riding a rainbow. That's me. There's Senya behind us, right? Little rainbow rainbow back there just for you. Anyway, I'll digress. So we do this exercise. It was originally given to Senya, who introduced it to me. What was the guy's name, Sen?
Brian Tracy.
By Brian Tracy, right? We listen to a ton of podcasts, and we don't just listen to podcasts on fitness. We listen to podcasts on philosophy, on life, on on anything that's going to be able to help us evolve. Because the truth is you can be as fit as you want, but if you're an empty, hollow shell who hates himself and hates the world, then your experience here is going to suck, and it's not worth the time you're putting into it. So I just want to talk to you guys really quick. It's called the I Ams. Brian Tracy was a guy who introduced Senya to it, who's like one of these self-help guru guys. And we start our day, the majority of the time, we go through periods where we stop, but the majority of the time doing this, right? You sit down with a little notebook. Right at the top of the day, so today was March 23rd. I'm just starting this challenge again because I slacked off in the last couple of days. Day 1 of 21, it's a 21-day challenge. And you take the time first thing in the morning and you write down 10 things, how you would like your life to be in an ideal world. 10 things. If your life was perfect, if you had everything you wanted, you write it down. And they're 10 things. And you write it in the current tense. So I am, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to read a couple of mine to you. I don't want to read too many of mine because it's kind of cheesy, and this is pretty intimate stuff I'm sharing with you, but it's also real stuff, and it's real stuff that works for me, and I think might work for you guys. So anyway, you write down 10 things that if you were in your current life would be phenomenal. Like this is what I want to do. This is my life in the most perfect circumstances.
You might have to take it in here.
I did, yeah. Making some chicken. Anyway, first one was, out of 10, we live in a beautiful 5-bedroom home overlooking the ocean, one of 3 beautiful homes in various exotic countries, right? We are widely sought after trainers and fitness celebrities. We travel often and are often paid to do so. We are madly in love with our lives and each other as we experience a meteoric rise of epic proportions. We drive a highly new, customized black Range Rover, one of many vehicles, blah, 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 blah. Continuing on, it can be about yourself. It can be about your character. You know what I mean? I've got another one. We provide a beautiful life for ourselves and our family. Our business becomes a family affair through our efforts. Um, you know, we are, just 10 things. This is how I want to see my life. This is my life in 2 years. 10 things that I aspire to do or to have or to be. And that can be mentally, that can be physically, that can be whatever. So I write those 10 things down. And then the next thing that you're supposed to do is you're supposed to write 5 things. 5 things that you can do immediately to be able to get yourself closer to those things. This should be done first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, right? And I tend to write more than 5 things because I think that we have a little bit more time to do these things, and this is kind of our main goal. We don't have another job right now. It's just building the business and working with you guys. So I'm blessed to do that, and I'm blessed not to have to work in the oil fields anymore in minus 50. I've written down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things that I want to get done today. And in the perfect version, it's 5 things that you can do in an hour or less to work yourself closer to those goals, right? So for example, mine is make coupon codes for ambassadors, set up an affiliate program, right? Redo the program for 6, which I've been working on. I've got to redo a program for another client, check in with clients. Um, I've got to create an extra day for somebody. I've got to do a client shout out and 2 Instagram posts. You just write down 10 things that are going to bring you closer to that goal, whatever they might be. And on different days, they're always different. So I use that book, I get those things done. And then when I get those things done, I feel better about myself. This one little challenge, interestingly enough, since Senya started doing it, brought her from working in a busy gym downtown for almost no money to building the business. And then it's brought us, since we started doing it, from me working what I thought was a dead-end job, 14-hour days away from home all the time in the oil industry, to living in absolute paradise. I won't get too preachy and spiritual on you. I don't know anything you guys don't know. A lot of you guys are probably even more successful than I am. I know some of you guys are. But it's just a little exercise that we use. I mean, it's already worked. I'm a huge believer in without getting too weird on you guys, manifestation, believe, behave, become, right? And that's all part of the process. So that's just one little thing that we do every morning, or most mornings, or it's a really beneficial thing that we do. And at the end of the 21 days, the next day, I'll go and I'll do my IMs. I'll look and I'll see what I didn't get done. If there's something I could do that day, I'll add it to the list. And at the end of 21 days, you take a look back and you just make a little list of all the things you've accomplished in the 21 days. And that, my friends, will shock the living shit out of you. Just by committing it to paper, I don't know exactly if it's like weird Hebrew, Jibu, spiritual, the universe, whatever it is, or if it's just implanting an idea in the back of your brain, but I can tell you right now that it works. That much I can tell you it works. It's changed our lives tremendously. So I'll be sharing a few little things that we do kind of like that outside of the realm of fitness, because I mean ultimately it's a quest for self-improvement and not just fitness. So almost 15-minute video. If you've been watching, I thank you. I am going to be sending out an affiliate program. I'm trying to get that done today as well, where you'll be able to earn money for referring friends. Earning coupons for referring friends and money off the next challenge and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming in the works. It's going to be a busy day for me. We're going to go down and crush our workouts. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and just keep crushing it, guys. The world is your oyster. You know what I mean? Life is really what you make it. And that's me telling me that, because sometimes I need to hear it from myself. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day.